Hi, I'm Luca with Wesely Thomas out here at St. John's in Oxnard, Phase 2 for the Dignity Project. Going to show you around the workspace and show you our construction area. Come on inside. This enters our space where the construction started mostly. The area we just left was a temporary lobby, and here is where most of the demo took place. This was a admitting area where there was roll-up windows, and we demoed those out and turned this into a corridor. So follow me. Here we have the nurses' offices, and there are 6 of them, plus a conference room. Here we have a conference room and a break room for the nurses. So this is pretty important for them because they didn't really have a space to do that before. During Phase 1 and Phase 2, we had to put them in a temporary trailer kind of outside. So this is definitely a lot closer for them to get into the emergency area where they need to be working. So very big to get this completed. They've already moved into this area, so. This is where most of the construction took place, is in here. So here we have 7 exam rooms. There's 14 in total that we kind of redid. 2 of them we completely redid, which is this one and that one. The other ones, we did new ceiling tiles, new paint, and new flooring, kind of just freshened them up. Here's an example of one that we've done. We did this one during Phase 1. So this is for psych patients or at-risk patients, and so we kind of eliminated any kind of hazards that they might come across. So we have a lockbox around the med gas. We took the exam light out and just made it a little safer for them in general. So again, this is the secured hold rooms that we did Phase 1. Coming down this way, this used to be a couple bathrooms that we demoed out in an office that we turned into our x-ray room. This is the back side of the x-ray room. I'll take you in there in just a second. For now, this is the point of care room. So initially, before we came out here, they had a tiny little 8x8 room to do their blood work, and that's what happens in this room. So blood testing, blood work, that type of thing, and plus a lot of extra additional storage for them. And we also built a couple new restrooms for them. We have 2 new restrooms that we built during Phase 1 and 2 new restrooms that we built during Phase 2. So a lot more bathroom usage, more people, more bathrooms. Stepping into the x-ray room. This is the most technical part of the whole second phase. Here's a control booth here. This is where the technicians stand behind this protected wall. This is lead lined. The whole entire room is lead wrapped for radiation transmission to kind of limit that. So they're safe behind this. New sink, new casework, new 480 power with its own transformer that we brought in here. And again, the flooring in here really had to be really level in coordinates with the ceiling to make sure that the equipment gets the imaging right. So, and with that being said, the structural for the so the structural supports consist of beams that are attached to unistrut that supports 2.5 times the weight of this unit here. So very strong in case of an earthquake. This is one of the safest rooms in the entire hospital. Here we have a new workstation for the nurses. So this is where they do most of their charting after they're done caring for the patients. They sit down here and do all their paperwork stuff. They will have that screen up there to show them what patients are in what room and kind of keeps them organized. So this is a very big area where a lot of nurses will be spending a lot of time. Following me into an exam room. This is the final exam room that we built. This is a typical exam room. This is what they all look like. So we have our head wall, which has all the tools and all the med gas that they need. And so this is what a typical exam room looks like. Following me down to the nurses station. So they have 2 new nurses stations. We built one during Phase 1, and this is the second one that we completed during Phase 2. So nice open work area for all the nurses. They could be able to monitor the patients and have good visual on all of them at the whole time. New P-tube station that we relocated from around the corner. Originally they had like a 10x10 little nurses station with this in it, and we just kind of expanded it, gave them more room to work. So So again, we have a carbon copy of this on the other side that we completed during phase 1. So the ER has a total of 2 pharmacies now. This is the second one that we built. So this will have their drug dispensing units placed right here, bolted to the ground with only certain people able to access it. And this is kind of the heart of the operation right here. Very in close proximity to the nurse's station, which is very helpful for them. They call this the base station, or the phone room, the on-call room, where helicopters or ambulances, if they have somebody coming in, they'll ring the hospital and they'll let them know exactly who's coming in. That way the nurses know exactly where to put that patient. One of the challenges we had is that we had to work in an area where it's an existing ER. So here is where we had a temp wall built around our entire construction area. And so all our work was self-contained inside here. So if you follow me around this way, we can look at the outside of the nurse's station. That way is where you connect to phase 1. So it's a big, long corridor so that these nurses can move freely throughout the corridor and have access to all the patients. And through this way, there's also another connecting corridor through our phase 1 project where we built more exam rooms. So yeah, so that's phase 2. We are not able to turn the area over yet. We're waiting for licensing to come, and that should be happening this week. But all the nurses are eager and ready to move into their new space because they know how good it looks. And thank you.